Gunmen are on the run today after they attacked an American family in Mexico just across the border from Roma, Texas. That's in the Rio Grande Valley. They shot and killed a 13-year-old boy, and 4 of his relatives today are hurt.
Mexican authorities say the family was attacked on a stretch of highway notorious for drug cartel violence.
The U.S. State Department recently issued a new travel warning urging Americans to exercise caution when they're in Mexico. Melissa Correa is helping us today understand exactly what that means.
The U.S. State Department has 4 levels of travel advisories. As of December 17th, Americans visiting Mexico are asked to exercise increased caution because of crime and kidnapping. But some travel warnings for Mexico are more than 15 years old. From avoiding states like Sinaloa because of widespread cartel violence to Americans ambushed during a run-in with a drug cartel just 2 months ago. Americans who travel to tourist hotspots like Acapulco and Cancun have seen their share of danger too. At least 5 U.S. citizens were hurt when a tourist ferry exploded in Playa del Carmen in 2017.
There are American victims, but they tend to be bystanders.
On the State Department's website, you'll find highways and places to avoid, a list of things you should not pack, and advice on how to stay safe.
Every time the United States issues a travel advisory, it's got such a negative connotation, there's an immediate knee-jerk reaction for people to cancel.
Some airlines have cut flights to Mexico in the past, but a quick check of spring break faves like Cabo and Cozumel show flights are selling out as Mexican diplomats meet this week to talk more about the travel advisories that are now giving some pause.
That was Melissa Correa reporting. Working